Today I'm going to make a favorite of everyone's. I'm going to make enchiladas. I'm going to make beef enchiladas, and of course I use the all corn tortillas with lime and water. There's no other preservatives in them. So I made chili Colorado, and I made my own sauce with my own chilies, and I do have that recipe on my channel already. It's called Chili Colorado, and whenever I make chili Colorado, I use what I have to make enchiladas when we're done eating chili Colorado. So when I make my standard enchiladas, I always use Las Palmas canned chili because it's really good. It's the only canned chili that I'll ever use because it's really, really good. But whenever I make this, I make my enchiladas, beef enchiladas. So I'm going to show you how I make my enchiladas when I've made my own chili Colorado sauce. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. So here's our chili Colorado and all of our beef. And normally when I make chili Colorado, I use pork. But in this case, we had leftover steaks because we had a big get together and we froze them. And so I took it out and chopped it all up and cooked it. And that's why I'm using beef instead of pork. So here's all of our fried corn tortillas that have been drained, and so all the oil gets out of them. And then we have cheddar cheese, and I use green onions. So I'll show you one of these so it doesn't take so much time to do all of them. But the first thing I do is put a little bit of chili sauce on the bottom of the pan. And then I take one of my corn tortillas, and I do cheese also, but today I'm doing beef. And I'll fill it about like that. And then what I do is I roll it just like this. I'll do one more. And the chili sauce is already on the bottom, and you waste it if you try to do it in a different way. I'll show you why I do it the way I do it. So here we go again. So probably about 2 tablespoons of meat, and then you kind of roll it like this. And what I do is I do all of these first. So I'll finish them and then I'll show you the final touches. After I roll all of them up with the meat, then I take the sauce, and this is if I were to use canned sauce too, I would do the same with that. So whether you're making enchiladas with a canned chili sauce or by scratch, this is how I would do it either way. And like I said earlier, the only sauce I use is Las Palmas, only because they get the best chilies, and it's as close to real chili as you can get, and they've been around. My mom used that when I was growing up, so I've tried other ones. When I make enchiladas, I don't need to make a whole bunch of homemade chili sauce. And it's nice if you have a little bit of there's plenty of beef, so if there's a little of it's on top, that's good. So I kind of make sure I cover everything with the sauce. But if I dip the tortillas in the sauce, it kind of wastes the sauce. It goes a lot further if you do it how I showed you, where you pour the sauce over after you roll them, and you have a little bit on the bottom. So that's how I do it. And then I take the cheddar cheese and just scatter it all over. And I do have a few more tortillas, so this cheese here I can finish, making a couple more enchiladas that won't fit in this pan. So and then I just sprinkle it with some green onions. And if you have black olives, you can do that too. Sometimes I use olives and sometimes I don't have them, so I don't. So here's your enchiladas. And now they're going in the oven at 350 degrees, and they take about 10 minutes to bake. So 10 minutes on the middle rack. We'll see you in 10. Okay, these just cooked 10 minutes. They're ready. Doesn't that look delicious? Okay, here we go. Let's give this a try. I haven't tasted it yet, so. Delicious. If you like Mexican food, these are really good. You don't have to make your own sauce. This is the same recipe regardless if you have your own sauce or can, but it's really good. I think you'll like this. I hope you give it a try.